at night, मतलब that is true.
पूर्व निर्धारित योजना अनुसार दिनांक 4/5 को रात्रि में उक्त चारों अभ्यर्थियों को सगुना मोड़ खगोल रोड में अमित आनंद एवं नीतीश कुमार को नीट 2024 परीक्षा में आने वाले प्रश्नोत्तर रटवाने के लिए सौंप दिए थे.
They were handed over. You get them memorized.
Investigation is botched up by the stand being taken by Government of India. The matter is under investigation. The kind of stand being taken.
Don't take it Government of India. I am answerable to these students. I am answerable to other students. And more, I am answerable to the court. Well, let us not do it like this.
We are just analyzing these cases.
Yes, my lord, all of them were gathered.
Amit Anand seems to be suggesting that the leaked question papers were given to the students for memorization on the night of the 4th.
No. What happens is, what actually happened during the CBI investigation is, all students were gathered and put at a particular place so as to enable them to memorize as and when the paper is available, which comes, my lord, from the statement of Amit Anand. Lord, please read statement of Amit Anand. Your lordships are on page 132. Lord, I am just reading the bare facts. I am not, Lord, taking any stand. Page 132, Amit Anand, my lords. And thereafter, Nitish Kumar. And they are giving statements when they were not obviously aware that this would be scrutinized by the court. So this is a first-hand account. The assistance may be incomplete. That's all I am saying. Kindly report. Second report. Para 98. But before that, would your lordships accept my request of reading two more statements from EOU? In this context, please read the report.
Just only one
incomplete picture in your lordship's mind.
Just keep that page in 1 minute.
132. But para 97 onwards, in the second report, your lordships would find assistance for this particular part.
Solicitor, we just look at now those two statements you were telling us. Okay?
132, Manoj.
132.
That's, Manoj, is the Bihar police statement. The statement recorded by EOU. Initially, it was local police, transferred to economic offences wing, where, Manoj, it is a little more detailed. Page 132 at the foot.
That is Amit Anand.
Amit Anand, yes, Manoj, his statement. Kindly come to the next page, 133. I am not skipping what is not relevant either way for the present purpose, my lord. Kindly see from the 10th line somewhere, 10th line from the bottom. Is पर सिकंदर प्रसाद यादवेंद्र बोले, your lordship gets some.
Yes.
कि उनके पास भी 4-5 लड़का है जो परीक्षा देने वाले हैं, उसे आप परीक्षा में पास करा दीजिए. इसके बदले में स्वयं वे बताए कि 4 लड़का हम आपको देंगे. ये नो काइंडली सी दिस मतलब ये दिनांक 4/5/24 को रात्रि में सिकंदर प्रसाद यादवेंदु से उन 4 अभ्यर्थियों का सो से प्राप्त किए तथा अपने कार से 4 को लेकर नीतीश कुमार के पास न्यू बाईपास चले गए. प्लीज मार्क दिस. नीतीश कुमार अपने एवं उनके अन्य अभ्यर्थियों को लेकर लर्नेड बॉयज स्कूल एवं सो में लेकर चला गया, जहां पर सभी विद्यार्थियों को अगले दिन करीब 10 बजे नीट का प्रश्न उत्तर सहित रटवा दिया गया. 10 बजे. नाउ प्लीज सी, ये भी अपने परीक्षार्थी एवं अन्य परीक्षार्थी तथा सिकंदर प्रसाद के साथ परीक्षा केंद्रों पर घूम कर सभी को सेंटर पर पहुंचा दिए और अपने फ्लैट पर पहुंच गए और खाना खाए एटसेट्रा. काइंडली सी द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट ऑफ नीतीश कुमार. नीतीश कुमार is the person who not only brings students, he was at that school, Learn Boys School. But the lordships can come to page 134, 7 lines from the bottom. उसके बाद दिनांक 4/5 के लॉर्डशिप गेट्स. page 134. I can read the whole, but it may not assist my lord either way for this particular purpose of date, my lord. But does your lordship get the date? उसके बाद दिनांक 4-5 को रात्रि में अमित आनंद द्वारा सेटिंग किए गए 6 लड़के जो अमित ने मुझे नई बाईपास अपने कार से लाकर दे दिए थे, सिकंदर प्रसाद यादवेंद्र के 4 लड़के तथा अमित आनंद के 2 लड़के को लर्न बॉय हॉस्टल एवं लर्न बॉय स्कूल जो रामाकृष्ण नगर में है पर लेकर गया। वहां सभी लड़कों को चिंटू उर्फ बलदेव कुमार पिता सोएंसो गांव सोएंसो एवं सोएंसो को हैंडओवर कर दिए। इनसे इनकी बात सोएंसो के मोबाइल नंबर सोएंसो पर होती रही। यह हॉस्टल एवं स्कूल आशुतोष कुमार द्वारा किराए पर लिया हुआ है। आशुतोष कुमार इज द ओनर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रीमाइसेस वेयर दिस हैपेंड, जिसने इनका संपर्क सोएंसो के माध्यम से इसी काम से लिए हुआ था ना। नाउ रीड दिस, जिसे चिंटू उर्फ सोएंसो ने एक दिन के लिए सेट किया था और आशुतोष कुमार से मोटे रकम में हिस्सेदारी की बात की थी। दिनांक 5/5 को चिंटू के मोबाइल के व्हाट्सएप पर
statements 88 and 132 are at variance.
at variance.
88, he says that the leak had taken place on the night of the 4th, when the question paper was given to these candidates for memorization. 132, he says that it was received on the mobile of Chintu in the morning on the 5th, and then was given to the students. Ratta lagane ke liye diya tha. So Amit Anand's 2 statements are a little at variance.
Amit Anand's first
and
statement.
Nitish is also at variance, but Nitish's first statement is also 4th night. Like,
but Lord,
all first statements seem to indicate that the leak takes place on the night of the 4th.
But I must tell your lordships, Lord, on the
question is, how was this confined to Learned Boys High School? Was it confined to Hazaribagh?
I'll answer that, my lord, when my turn comes.
That's what
but my lord, kindly appreciate this.
Solicitor, because the line which we are following of inquiry is, if the leak has taken place on the night of the 4th, then obviously the leak has not taken, it would take place from the strong room of SBI or Canara Bank. Nobody can access the strong room. Then obviously the leak took place not in the process of the papers being transferred to the examination center, but it takes place at a prior point of time, prior to the storage in the vault.
Which we have examined and found to be every thing to be intact. I'll be able to show. But please see my lord, statement of Chintu at page 236.
2 of the problem solvers are at least 7. All problem solvers are students. None of them is a professor. Nobody is of that level of an expert. They're all students.
I was told that for this work, professors, the students are better qualified because they have recently prepared everything. They have the computer with them. They have books with them.
They are from James Patna. One is from Ranchi, and 2 are brought from Rajasthan.
Now, what is done is
brought from Rajasthan.
That is not under investigation, my lord, because maybe there is some personal linkage or something. But what they did was they bifurcated the papers, so each got 25 to 30 questions each, and they had 1 hour. So 25 to 30 questions with a reasonable knowledge and with help of computer and books, you can always solve.
Now, what we do, Mr.
And we have also, my lord, kindly bear one factor in mind. We have done an exercise after the last hearing as to what is the success rate in this particular center, this particular city, and overall state, and we compared it with 22 and 23. There is no abnormality. Even in this, which I'll be able to show. And my lord, kindly 236, my lord, page,
you can now show us the
my lord, page
data.
236, the last.
Yeah, then we have to complete.
My lord, 236.
This is Chintu's.
Yes, Chintu Baldev Kumar, my lord, at the last my lord, para. Dinank 5/5.
Is there an earlier statement of Chintu also?
Chintu. No. No, he was arrested only on that day by the EOI. He was not arrested by the local police. So there is only one statement. We must be having our statement. We have our statement recorded after.
Come to page 229.
229 minutes.
This is also a statement of Chintu.
The same statement.
Is it a continuation? This
But it's the same statement. I don't know why they have repeated. But
ends at 232.
yes, my lord. And if your lordship sees, my lord, page 231.
Read the second paragraph.
Look, 231, my lord.
Yes.
Yes. My lord, the same is I was showing at 236. So it appears to be a repetition. But I'll read, my lord, from 231, my lord, as your lordships have seen. दिनांक 5/5/24 को 9 बजे प्रातः तक करीब 24-25 नीट यूजी 2000 परीक्षा देने वाले अभ्यर्थी वहां पर जमा हो गए थे। मैं पीने वाला पानी का बोतल भी वहां गाड़ी से पहुंचाया था। दिन के करीब 10 बजे रॉकी ने मेरे पास मौजूद नए मोबाइल पर सॉल्व किया हुआ प्रश्न पत्र भेजा। मामा संजीव एवं रॉकी के गिरोह के एक लड़के ने मुझे वाईफाई प्रिंटर दिया था, जिसे नीतीश कुमार द्वारा लर्न प्ले स्कूल छपरा के रूम में सेट किया गया था। सो एंड सो द्वारा भी एक वाईफाई प्रिंटर दिया गया था। सबसे पहले सो एंड सो का सॉल्व किया हुआ प्रश्न पत्र मिला, जिसे हमें लोगों ने मोबाइल को वाईफाई प्रिंटर से कनेक्ट कर सॉल्व कर दिया। As and when they started solving the papers, they started giving. It was not given in one go. First was biology. कनेक्ट कर सॉल्व किया हुआ प्रश्न पत्र का प्रिंट निकाला और उपस्थित सभी अभ्यर्थी को सॉल्व किया हुआ प्रश्न पत्र का प्रिंट रटने के लिए दिया गया। इसके बाद फिजिक्स और केमिस्ट्री का सॉल्व किया हुआ प्रश्न पत्र एक साथ मिला।
You can show us the data which you have now. What do you have to say on the basis of the data?
Yes, all India data or whatever. We have all India data.
I will show.
We'll hear them on the response on the data. So,
Lord, allow me first, Lord, just give their
only 236. Manoj Justice Pardiwala's, my lord. 236, which I was reading, is the same which your lordships.
the identical.
They're identical. My lord, I do not know why they are two similar statements.
Please leave Anurag Yadav is the only student. All the other people are members of the gang. Anurag Yadav's first statement.
We've read Anurag. We've read Anurag Yadav's.
Yes, sir.
Might read 131.
We have got that at page 131.
Lord,
Anurag Yadav says, I got it on the night of the 4th.
Yes.
sir.
But now, anyway, we still have to see whether it's localized, assuming for a moment,
We'll
that the theory that the paper was distributed, that the solved question papers were made available at about 10:15, and between 9:20 and 10:15, these 7 chaps solved all the questions and gave to the Sultan. Assume that for a moment we may not entirely accept that. We have to hear the other side. Even so, is the leak systemic or is it only confined to Hazaribagh and Patna? That you'll have to establish something on the basis of data.
Yes, Lord.
Show us now what the data tells you.
Lord, before I come to data,
Up to now, we are only focused on Hazaribagh and Patna, right? Whether the leak takes place in the morning of the 5th, as CBI is telling us, whether it took place in the morning or the night of the 4th, therefore the leak took place before lodging in the vault. How widespread is it? We don't have any other material apart from this that you have shown us. To indicate that the leak was so widespread that it has gone all over the country. Now show us the data which will
yes, Lord, allow me, Lord, just 4-5 minutes before I come to the data. Lord, because between the last date and today, we have got a lot of information that how actually this exam is being conducted by this NTA. Lord, very briefly, Lord, papers.
Assuming that the examination should be conducted in a much better way.
I'm not on that.
That you will see what they are doing for the
I will
future.
show why a particular data is as such. Just give me 2-3 minutes before that. Lord, NDA, Lord, on the first date, this Honorable Court put it to them. Give us the complete chart that where the printing happened, how much time printing, how much time it reached the center, then where deposited, what time it was taken out, taken to the center, how much time is the examination.
As we find out now, printing takes place, the CBI third report tells us where printing takes place.
At two places, my lord, different states, and they are never declared or tendered.
We don't want to mention that because
Yes.
because obviously that will.
We don't also tender, because otherwise the highest tenderer becomes open. My lord, that he is the printer. My lord, whoever is the highest tenderer becomes the printer.
From CBI's third report, we find out the name of one place where the printing press was situated, where it says 28th April, it had left that.
Your lordships, I'll take your lordship through the papers from my lord, the printing press till the school, and what are the checks and balances on real-time basis. That there is some tampering, it would be noticed something. That I'll be able to show.
Let me very briefly capture that. 24th of April, they say that the dispatch happens to different centers. So far as Hazaribagh is concerned, 28th of April. Everywhere, the question paper was to reach the respective banks on 3rd of May. And 5th of May is the examination. So the question paper remained in private hands for fairly long time. From 24th of April till 3rd of May. I leave it there, Lord. They say that from everywhere, the center in charge will go to the bank in the morning. Lord, I'm showing the mechanism and how brittle and fragile the mechanism is, that the entire mechanism which they have followed.
Okay, just give us the facts.
Yes. Now, in the morning, they say 8:15, the center in charge of the examination will reach the bank to collect the paper. What has actually happened, which is the documents on record, taking example of Dayal School, Bahadurgarh Jhajjar, Hardayal School, Bahadurgarh Jhajjar, the principal of the center goes to both the banks, collect papers from both the banks, distributes the paper taken from Canara Bank. Paper even taken from Canara Bank is allowed to be attempted for all 3 hours and 20 minutes. And then they say that we over and above, because on 4th of April, they did not declare any other key except the key for SBI bank question paper. When it appeared that from this Hardayal School Jhajjar, there are 6 candidates who get number 1, 100% marks, 720 out of 720. 2 candidates get 719 and 718. So it came out that how come from this center 8 people comes within first 69 and this number is not possible. NTA came out with a theory that no, we have given a grace marks because there is a delay. I have seen the video of the principal of this Hardayal school, which says, and which is openable even now, which says that there was no delay in this center. In fact, we distributed Canara Bank paper when it was already half an hour.
The correct set was to be the SBI paper.
Correct. That's right. That's right.
Everywhere.
And they declared entire country.
It's not everywhere.
Entire country, Lord.
Entire country was SBA. Yes, your lordship said.
Of course, different configurations, as the Mishra said, because the questions will be jumbled up.
Even in the one classroom.
Yeah. Obviously.
In one classroom also.
Next to each other can't know which is the order.
Which is the order. One of the things which is going on in the social media is that 2 numbers sitting with each other, both got 600 marks. How is it possible? But both would have, the system is that both sitting in front and back and both sitting on the sides, they have different numbers.
Not have the same order of questions.
They don't have. My question number 1 would be his question number 18.
Do that in the judicial.
So we can't even do that. Orthodox way of cheating also is not
Let me
possible.
place the hard facts, Lord, how they have done it. So Hardayal school, admittedly, they distributed Canara Bank. The Canara Bank question paper was attempted by all the about 500 people in the center.
How long?
For till 5:20 is the last time.
Oh.
There's no delay. the principal is on record of the school and they say,
So it's not that in the middle of the exam they substitute
no,
the SBI.
look, that happened Savai Madhopur. I'll come to that. Hardyal school, Canara Bank paper was given. In the first instance, when Canara Bank paper was not to be the paper to be attempted, how come it was even given to them? What is the SOP? How meticulously they followed it, what they say is. And the principal got question paper from both the banks and both banks gave it.
Mr. Solicitor, just since little bit of query on the procedural. One set is lodged with Can Bank, one is with SBI. Now, the center in charge on the morning of the exam goes to both the banks and takes the question. Then what
The
happens?
city in charge is informed that this is the bank from where you will have to collect the
When
papers
she inform the day of the exam.
in the morning at 7
So
o'clock.
the city in charge will inform all the centers in charge in the morning that you have to go to this particular
This
branch.
particular center.
Now, how did this chap at Jhajjar go and collect it from Canara Bank when he must have been told that you have to go to the SBI to collect the paper.
No, that may be a mistake or something. Or deliberate. But paper was
Now, Jhajjar, we just wanted to some clarity on Jhajjar. So he collects the paper from the Canara Bank.
correct, Manoj.
Students write throughout the 3 hours and 20 minutes, they write the Canara Bank sets of questions. Right? Now, thereafter, what happens in Jhajjar? Everybody is given grace mark for what happens in Jhajjar.
What they say is because they never disclose key for Canara Bank paper.
1 second, let's have clarity. We just ask questions.
Yeah, Manoj, my learned and care.
Let's
Please 1 second. He has his instructions. Let's get the official version first.